Bulking and cutting, two processes that have butted heads for time and time again, and people always think they need to cycle through to build on muscle and see their six-pack. Today, I defy those rules. Bang, bang, bang! Okay guys, so to start off with this, because this is such a big, widely talked about topic, I'm going to go over the benefits and repercussions of bulking, benefits and repercussions of cutting, and then how to do both at the same time, because yes, it is possible. So let's start things off. Okay, so I actually have a friend that's bulking and a friend that's cutting, but I'm going to start off with with bulking first, because especially guys, this channel is for guys and girls, but guys especially, we want to put on as much size and mass as possible. The problem is we also want to see our abs while we do this, and when most people bulk, they do a thing called dirty bulk, which is where they eat like complete crap and expect that they could just put on size and see their abs. And guys, it doesn't work that way. Now, the positives of bulking is when you bulk, I'm going to get into some science, you are eating at a caloric surplus, and you're putting your body in an anabolic state when you do this, meaning you're gaining size, muscle, you're gaining mass, muscle and fat. However, I said two things there. I said you're gaining muscle when you're training, but you're getting fat that comes with it. And guys, you're not going to see your abs with a bunch of fat coming in. We talked about that before, all right? So the benefits of bulking is, yes, you're putting on muscle, but you're putting on fat with that. And honestly, guys, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Most of you that are bulking, literally the only reason you want to bulk is because you can eat like shit and have an excuse for it. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to bulking, there are some skinny guys out there that no matter how much they eat, they don't put on size. And guys, if you're bulking, meaning you're eating as much, even if you eat just like a ton of pizza stuff and this, all that's going to happen is you're going to get skinny fat, all right? Meaning your belly's going to bloat, but there's not going to be really any size to your arms. If you really want to put on size, if you're going to bulk, you have to clean bulk, meaning high intake in protein and a high intake and good starchy and like little bit of sugary carbs, not too much sugary carbs, more like the potatoes and stuff. That will be a clean bulk, all right? And you want to be doing a little bit of cardio here, but bulking with pizza, cupcakes, and it's just, all it's gonna do, guys, is when you bulk, you see these big guys that bulk all the time, and yeah, they look big with their shirts on, but guys, when they take their shirts off, what happens? It's just, it doesn't look good. When fitness, to me, some people, when they're searching for power, if you just want to do that, okay, but to me, my world of fitness is looking the way you want to present yourself. It's looking good. And if you are continuing to just put crap in your body and dirty bulk, you really don't have anything to show for that. Okay guys, so cutting. Now, most people cut when they first start and they have a higher percentage of body fat and they want to cut their fat down, so they cut, or B, when they've been bulking for a while and they have that size and they want to cut down so they can see their abs and they want to shred belly fat. Now, cutting is basically when you're eating at a caloric deficit, meaning calorie decrease. And when you eat at a caloric deficit, what happens is instead of an anabolic phase, you get to a catabolic phase. So what happens is you start to decrease your calories and you start to shred away at some of that body fat. The problem is with cutting is that most people, if they even get out of the bulking phase after bulking, when they cut, along with their mass, their strength starts to drop because they don't have that mass and they start to lose energy. I know a couple people who used to have a 220 bench press max, cut, yeah, they're cut, but now they lost their strength. So because they decided to cut, yeah, they got a little more shredded, but they lost something in the process. That's another disadvantage to bulking cutting, is the loss of strength. An advantage to cutting is you could get shredded, yes you can, but also because you're cutting, the repercussion is you're not just cutting fat. When you start to cut, your muscle will start to burn away a little bit as well, so you're losing size. Now, bulking and cutting has been cycled for years, but I said at the beginning I'm going to teach you a way to do both. And there is a way to do both. And there are multiple ways to do both, but the processes together are all called coking. It's a funny word, but I'm going to get into the different types of ways that you can bulk and cut at the same time. Okay guys, now the different ways you can coking, the process is called, is there are multiple ways to do it. I'm going to go into there's three ways I really know. I'm going to go into two of them first, and then the one that I personally use. The first one is, it's a process where you bulk on your lifting days, meaning you eat like at a caloric surplus, meaning calorie increase on your bulking days, and on your cardio/rest days, you eat at a caloric deficit. So you start, I guess, diet for on those days, and that's supposed to be a way of bulking. Another way is for 2 weeks. When you're lifting, you eat at a bulk, at a caloric surplus, and then the following week, that third week of the month, I guess you could say, you eat a caloric deficit and you cut. Another way is that, which is commonly used, is many people eat at a caloric deficit for the whole week, and they have one cheat day at the end for a caloric surplus. The problem with that, my opinion, their cheat day, they go all out. Some people do that, and when you go out on a cheat day, it's just a buildup of fats, and your metabolism will start to slow, and it'll take longer to crank through all that mush going in there. So I don't really like that way. The way I personally use is this, all right? I'm 16. I really don't have to worry about putting bad foods in my body, but because I know what it could do, and I want to eat healthy as I get older, and I want to really just see my muscles and be fit, what I do is I won't eat at a caloric deficit or a caloric surplus. I'll do what's in the middle, which is called a positive nitrogen balance. Now, there are 3 main macros that go into your body: proteins, lipids, and carbs, okay? But out of those 3 macros, the one macro to have nitrogen is protein. So what I'll do is, instead of eating a ton of calories, unhealthy, this, that, I'll have a high protein intake 7 days a week, all right? High protein intake, which means lean steak, lean chicken. I'll have moderate carbs, and you have to have some fats. So I will have like avocado, nuts. I discussed all that in my nutrition video. But basically what this does is, instead of eating at an overdose of calories or eating too less of calories, this allows me to maintain size and protein and build muscle and get the amount of carbs and fats I need in me, so that I'm not eating over and gaining too much fat, and not eating under, not getting enough calories. I'm eating directly in the middle to get nutrients to my muscles, but not to, not eat too less, so I'm like super skinny. I'm thin as it is, so I need to eat. Like, I barely have any body fat on me. I'm really kind of slim. My body type is small frame. I'm lean. I'm not wide at all. My shoulders aren't wide at all. My chest isn't that wide. It's got some size in here, but that's really it. So I don't want to eat too much so that I gain body fat, but I eat enough so that I could fuel the muscle I have and continue to just exercise. I highly suggest, guys, basically what you do is you have a high protein intake and a pretty good carb intake, because carbs are your main energy source, guys. If you're cutting out carbs because you're worried about body fat, all that's going to do is you're going to be low on carbs, and if you don't have any body fat to use as energy, what's going to happen is it's going to start using protein as energy, and your muscles are going to atrophy. It's going to backfire on you. So make sure you're getting enough carbs in too. But you don't have to bulk and cut. As long as you eat a good amount of protein in your system per day, some moderate carbs, and a good amount of fats, and you can have a cheat meal. I'm making a cheat meal video soon. As long as you can have a cheat meal once, like a week, or twice a week, then guys, you're fine. There's no need to bulk and look like crap for half the year and then cut. You can look good 365 days a year. You can have your muscle and your abs. It's possible. Me and Andrew both do it. I know plenty of people that do it. And plus, we're young. We burn through fat like incinerators. So I hope this cleared some things up for you. You do not need to bulk and cut anymore. There's no need to go through the cycling. Just make sure you're eating right. Okay, guys, so the moral of the story is just know your body type. If you do have to eat more or consume more calories than you because you're a bigger guy, just make sure it's the healthier foods, because a calorie is a calorie. What people say, it's not true. Everything has nutritional value to it. So just make sure you eat more of like the healthier chickens and just beefier proteins rather than pizza and cupcakes to fuel yourself. Just make sure you know your body type and you're doing what's right for you. I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed this. Shane from Multipart Fitness, and have a good day.